Thankfully, Elon Musk woke up again and chose violence, and we're going to talk about it. My favorite thing ever right now is Elon Musk just trashing Bob Iger. It's wonderful. It's a great thing to cover, especially for algorithm purposes. But it's Geeks and Gamers Daily. Welcome in, everyone. The big superstar is here, Ryan, with his big announcement yesterday where he's going to be. Where are you going to be, Ryan? Got the graphic made and everything. You look like a big fucking deal. Let's go ahead and tell them all about it, Ryan.
Well, it sure makes it look that way, doesn't it? Yeah. TPUSA reached out and asked if I wanted to go out to AmFest, so America Fest 2023, which is going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, December 16th through 19th. So I, made some travel arrangements, and sure as shit, there it is. Special guest. That's me right there.
He's a big deal. He's a big deal now. I got the graphic made and everything. So
that's true. I swear I didn't make that myself. They made it for me. Okay. I saw that allegation out there a little bit.
Oh, but yeah, no, good stuff right there. So that's going to be awesome. Shout out to TPUSA for bringing out Ryan. And that's me and you've been to let's see, how many events have we been to with them? One, it's just one other, right?
Couple. I think we've been to two or three, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm not gonna be like up there on stage speaking or anything.
Oh yeah. Let's oversell the hell out of it.
Let's not. But I am gonna be there. There's gonna be some cool stuff going on, so it'll be good. It'll be fun.
It did make it look like you were going to be speaking with that graphic, like you were going to be up there, like basically you were going to be the guy right before Tucker Carlson. You were going to be the speaker right before Tucker or something like that.
Yeah, I'm Tucker's hype man.
Oh man, good stuff indeed. But welcome in everyone to Geeks Gamers Daily. I actually got some sleep last night because CobraCast ran late. And as I said on CobraCast, I got to stop doing some of these late gaming streams because it's catching up to me. I was doing way too many streams per day, and then capping it off with like usually a 2 or 3 hour gaming stream at night. It's just not. I actually missed CobraCast earlier this week, which kind of shows you like I'm getting burned out on just way too many streams. So just got to dial it back a little bit, or I'm gonna have to pull a Tfue and just retire because it's way too hard for me. I'm gonna have to cry because playing video games is just way too hard. I can't handle it anymore, guys. It's too stressful. Just play video games all day. But yeah, just not getting sleep is really the key to it all. Streaming is not hard. Playing video games is not hard. But when you do 3 or 4 streams every single day and you don't sleep, that can't catch up to you.
Well, it just depends, right? Do I think that these Twitch streamers who stream 3 times a week for like 4 hours at a time, is that hard? That's not fucking hard at all.
No.
If you got a lot of shows going on, if basically 16 to 18 hours out of the day you're in front of your computer working on something, that can get hard. You know what I mean? Now it's rewarding and you're working for yourself and you're getting whatever you put into it, you have that capability of getting something out of it. So it's different. But it can get overwhelming at times.
Yeah. And the traveling back and forth to Orlando to Pensacola too. So here's how my day went yesterday. So it was Spectrum, dog shit Spectrum, the worst possible internet in the history of humanity. Back in the Stone Age, they had better internet than Spectrum. Okay, it's fucking terrible. Like it's that bad. But like Ryan is about 20 minutes from HQ, and even his was out. I guess the whole area.
Yeah, everything out. Spectrum was fucked.
And so it went out during Tuesday night's main event. Right at the end, we had gotten the whole show in, and they informed me that it was going to be at least out all night. I was like, okay, well, tomorrow morning we'll get back on it. And then I get up and I call them back because it's still not on, and they said it's out indefinitely. We can't give you a time of when it's going to be back. And I'm like, you can't even tell me like days, hours, weeks, months, whatever. You can't. They're like, we can't say anything. It's out indefinitely. There's a major outage, and that's all we can tell you. So I'm looking at it going, all right, well, I can't risk missing another CobraCast and the gaming stream. So I pack up, get in my truck, and I'm heading back to Pensacola, 7-hour drive, just so I can make sure I can do CobraCast. And about an hour and a half into the drive, I get the call, like, it's back. I'm like, so then I turn back around And that was how my day went yesterday. So Spectrum is the worst. They're the worst. I saw that umbrella guy tweeting out yesterday. Somebody tagged me in it, and he was complaining about Spectrum too. He's like, Spectrum is the worst internet provider ever. So yeah, it is.
Yeah, I had to bust out the Wi-Fi hotspot basically, which that's enough at least to like browse the internet and like record videos. It takes forever to fucking upload them because I get like 2 megabytes per second. I usually can't stream with it though. That's just not enough.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, but we are here. It's back at least for now. And we got Corn just sideways. This is from my thumbnail yesterday. It was so good. Good morning, Jeremy and Ryan. Let's see. Donald J. Trump wears an iconic red hat and shows up in Home Alone 2, which is a Christmas movie. Conclusion: Donald J. Trump is actually Santa Claus, says Blake Barrett. I like your thinking. Cole Hauser says, so proud of my little white bro. You too, Jeremy. 199. Filthy Casual says, Ryan, where do you get the Nielsen ratings minutes watched for streaming services from even a few months ago? I can't find anything except the current week.
Yeah, that's the only thing they like have on the Nielsen site is like the current week. If you do Google searches, you can typically find them. I forget the one that I always use. One, you can do Variety because Variety always does articles on it, and go to Variety for that week that you're specifically looking for, and you can find it that way. But there is a website that tracks it going back like weeks and weeks and weeks. They have like little screenshots of it, but I don't recall it right now. Just Google search. You'll eventually find your way there like I do every time because I never star it. I never favorite it. So I have to go hunting for it every time.
And he bitches about it every time. East Coast Toasted Boy says, it's a shame Jeremy didn't tune in to Geeks Gamers Daily yesterday. Jay brought a lot up to the table. Too bad he couldn't shout Jeremy out. If only he was there. Yeah, I'm watching. I commented because I told, like, Jay was like, I'm not sure if it's going to be a Cobra Cast. So I commented. I said, I'm driving back to Pensacola now. There will be a Cobra Cast tonight. And he never said it. That's fine. He saw it. That's fine. So then later on, he goes, he's ending the show. He goes, yeah, nobody like Ryan or Jeremy didn't comment, which says a lot. I guess they're disappointed in the show. But, and I comment against, I literally commented. And then he highlights, he goes, oh, did you? And then he just ends the show. And then I'm like, fucking hell. So yeah, Jay and Beardo held it down yesterday.
I sent him a screenshot of his misspelled title.
Did he have a misspell in the title?
Oh yeah,
because I was on my phone. I was on my phone and drive. I was driving when
he fixed it quick. I think it was like 30 minutes beforehand. But yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
Oh man,
I took a screenshot. I didn't even tell him anything. I didn't even send any like text. I literally just sent a screenshot of the misspelled title. That's all I did. Let me see.
Hey, so I have an update on the 221B backpacks. We are now over halfway there to the 199 goal. Halfway. All right, we're over halfway now. So the goal here is to sell 199 of the bags. If we sell 199, we're going to give 10 away for free. So go over to 221B. If a mod is here, if we have any mods here, we can drop a link. I will pin that. Yeah, so we're doing really well on them. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Right here, what is it? Okay, here we go.
Bob Iger trouble for Disney.
Dang it, Jay. Troubles for
Sfor. And the thing is, the only reason I knew about it was because Gary texted me. He's like, hey, fix your title. And I was like, oh, must be a J problem. I screenshotted it.
Of course. Only
to be honest, he probably fixed it before almost anybody knew about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was like probably before the 30-minute notification. Probably nobody fucking knew about this until we just showed it now. That's the funny part.
Welcome into GG where we misspell stuff. Jay just has this ability to just fuck things up. It's a rare ability. I don't really know how he continues to do it, but that's what he does. But yeah, if you go over to 221B Tactical, I pinned the post right there. That is the 199 special edition backpack from 221B. We have now sold over 100 and we're heading towards the 199. Can we hit 199 and then we'll give 10 away for free? 5 from 221B, 5 from G&G. Looking forward to seeing if we can hit that number. That will be awesome. So thank you guys for the support. Really appreciate it. Pinned post in the comments. You can find the link right there. All right, Ryan, what is our first topic of the day?
Well, we might as well go with like both of these stories have kind of been updated in the last like hour-ish. But I guess we might as well talk about Elon Musk.
He is crushing. He is crushing Bob Iger, and I love it.
When there's probably some stuff that you haven't even heard of either, which I need to pull up this. All right, perfect. I got it right there. He was on like a video the other day talking about Cybertruck, and Disney came up and he talked about Disney rolling over his grave and shit like that. So there's a lot. He seems to have taken it very personal. The Michael Jordan meme. That's what it seems for Elon right now.
I love it. I love it. And yeah, I mean, Bob Iger deserves all of this and more. And I think it's only going to get worse for Bob Iger.
It was only a week ago where Elon Musk went viral, set the internet on fire, which I guess happens probably once a week at this point. But this time it was for something involving Disney and Bob Iger, when he literally told Disney and Bob to go fuck themselves at the same event where Bob Iger had just finished speaking at. And obviously that clip, we've played it multiple times over and over again. This clip went viral of him just straight up calling him out, saying, hey, if you're going to try to control me with money, if you're going to try to blackmail me into saying what you think I should say, go fuck yourself. Don't advertise with me. Well, since that time, Elon has only doubled and tripled down. In the days following that, Bob Iger, or Elon Musk specifically, said, go woke, go broke. Elon Musk slams Disney for controversial content. Replying here to Scott Adams after everybody is canceling Disney Plus and it was trending and everything. Disney has a major content problem. Almost their entire upcoming slate is unwatchable. They're the world's biggest example of go woke, go broke.
Yes.
And then today, it's just been crazy. Bob Iger, that's the joke, drops more bombs than a B-52. He shares the Babylon Bee article. Disney awarded defense contract after producing more bombs than Lockheed Martin. And then he gets into just the blatant fucking hypocrisy. Bob Iger thinks it's cool to advertise next to child exploitation material, real stand-up guy, and points out that Facebook and Instagram enabled child sex abuse and trafficking. But for some reason, they didn't feel the need to, pull advertising from Meta or anything like that. You can even see here after he's making fun of the Nikki Haley here. Where is it? Fuck. There's one more tweet about it that I had.
Is there something? Is there something? Here it is.
Why no advertiser boycott Bob Iger? You are endorsing this material. He's going hard, dude.
It's going big time, man. I love this. What's the deal with putting the E in his name? Is he just doing it to say misspell? Is there some kind of inside joke I'm not aware of?
I have no idea. Maybe Eisner, maybe Elon. I don't fucking know why he's putting the E on there. Maybe it's so that he can say I wasn't actually talking about him. I'm not sure.
I love this so much. And yeah, I mean, like having someone, again, I have to bring this up every time, but like the fact that we've been talking about this for so long and being dismissed for so long of our valid criticisms of Disney and watching what's been going on. And now you've got the richest, most probably, arguably, I'd say Elon Musk. Would you agree, Ryan? He's one of the top 2 to 3 most important figures in the world right now, like in terms of overall influence.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, he really is. I mean, so to have this guy with this amount of influence and power, and obviously he's the richest man in the world, to have this guy basically co-signing everything that we've been saying for all of these years, all while being dismissed. All while saying, well, these guys are just doing it for clicks. Yet you think that's what Elon's worried about, just getting clicks? No, Elon Musk is calling it out for what it is. And with everything we've seen with all the failures from Disney over the last year, It's only going to get worse. Their next wide release is what? What is their next wide release? It's like 6 months from now.
Turning red. Fucking
Inside Out.
Inside Out 2.
Yeah, Inside Out 2.
But they have just announced they're gonna release 3 Pixar movies in theaters that were only released on streaming, like the Turning Red, Soul, and whatever. So some other Luca or some dumb shit. They're gonna release all those in the theaters in the next coming months to have something in theaters, I suppose. Yeah. But I thought this is interesting too. Elon Musk intensifies battle with Disney. I think Walt Disney's turning in his grave faster than a drill bit. And this is all coming on a Cybertruck interview where he's talking to this guy, Monroe Live. He's like a tech or like engineer channel. And randomly he brings this up.
I'm going to end this with shaking your hand, thanking you for standing like a rock when you're sitting on a stage and someone is trying to humiliate you. I told everybody I won't go into this and I'm not going to get all, emotional and everything. But to me, I've watched that one clip that people have been putting out to me and putting up against, forgotten their name, Disneyland or whatever. At the end of the day, I will never take my grandchildren ever to that place, ever.
Well, and you have to wonder, what would Walt Disney think of the company that is his namesake today?
I'm telling you what.
I mean, I think Walt Disney's turning in his grave faster than a drill bit.
I can't. Well, I'm telling you what. I believe that.
Yep.
So it's not just like one thing here and there. The past week has been littered with little things, little shots at Disney everywhere. And I don't know if it's going to stop anytime soon. I think it's only going to ramp up based on what we saw today.
Yeah, and to his point, In Wokeness posted this, and it kind of got a lot of traction with Walt Disney, and this is him testifying to Congress back in 1948. I'm sure you saw this making the rounds, Ryan.
Oh yeah, about the commies.
But like this is Walt Disney right here.
Well, I didn't pull my punches on how I felt. And he evidently heard that I had called them all a bunch of communists, and I believe they are. And at a meeting, he leaned over and he said that you think I'm a communist, don't you? And I told him that all I knew was what I'd heard and what I'd seen. And he laughed and said, well, I used their money to finance my strike of 1937. And he said that he got the money through a personal check of some actor, and I don't know who that. He didn't even name the actor. I didn't go into it any further. I just listened.
Can you name any other individuals that were active at the time?
I don't believe it's a political party. I believe it's an un-American thing. And the thing that I resent the most is that they are able to get into these unions and take them over and represent to the world that a group of people that are in my plant that I know are good 100% Americans are trapped by this group, and they're represented to the world as supporting all of those ideologies, and it's not so. And I feel that they really ought to be smoked out and shown up for what they are, so that all the good free causes in this country, all the liberalisms that really are American, can go out without this taint of communism. That's my sincere feelings on it.
Sounds a lot like he makes those points today about a lot of these fucking weirdos and freaks. And so I do think that Elon Musk's point, I mean, because again, me being a fan of Disney, it extended from Walt and his genius. And a lot of people don't realize, like, because there was this, some people don't even know Walt Disney was a real person. A lot of younger people don't even know he's a real person. But not only was he a real person, he wasn't the nicest guy. And what I mean by that is he was a very demanding person. He demanded a lot from his people. He had the Michael Jordan mentality where they feared him. His animators feared him. They respected him because they feared him, because he demanded greatness from them. That's something a lot of them have talked about. And his strive to create this iconic entertainment company, I've always appreciated and respected. And so seeing what the company has become now, Elon Musk is 100% right. Walt Disney would be disgusted with what Disney has become. And it's very, very sad. But I'm glad people like Elon Musk are calling them out and holding them accountable for sure.
Here's one of my favorite Walt Disney clips. It's when he's explaining the names of the 7 dwarves, and Grumpy is my favorite.
First names fit their personalities. This pompous-looking individual is Doc, the self-appointed leader of the group. And this little fellow is Bashful. He's secretly in love with Snow White. And this funny face is Sneezy. He has hay fever. And old Droopy Eyes is called Sleepy. And Happy here with the beaming smile. And old Sourpuss here is Grumpy, the woman hater.
Old Sourpuss, here's Grumpy, the woman hater. He's like so out of nowhere.
Grumpy, the woman hater.
That's fantastic. Oh man, love it. You love to see it right there. Oh, love it. But yeah, so Elon, keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving every single bit of it. And I think it's only going to get worse and worse and worse from here. This isn't going to go away. We've seen Elon have different feuds with massive successful billionaires or companies, but it seems that he's really focused on this Disney thing more so than some of the other stuff. This seems like something he is not going to let go. And why would he? By seeing how they've disrespected him and his business and his company, while they themselves are in really bad shape. Of course, he should continue to pounce because they are in a really bad spot right now and in no way, shape, or form in any position to be disrespectful or have the moral superiority. And so, yeah, keep going, Elon. I'm loving it. All right.
Wild. TJ for $20. Hail, got my new and first comic book collection of the amazing Rippaverse today, only 4 days after shipping began. Hail to the fellowship, the 199 in the snake pit. Love you all. Thank you for all the entertainment y'all provide.
Hell yeah, TJ. TJ also said, also ordered my 199 backpack on the first day of launch. Can't wait to get that. Yes, thank you, TJ. Appreciate you, brother. Good stuff indeed.
Hell yeah.
Golden Nuggets for 20 says, stuck in the hospital, shaking my head at how lame Disney is at operations. Went well. Disney is. Operation went well. Golden Nuggets is going through cancer treatment right now. Operations went well. Thank you for the prayers and thoughts. You guys are the real ones. Prayers and good vibes in the chat for Golden Nuggets going through cancer treatment right now. I told him because he's very nervous about, going through the operation. I said, hey, you have no choice but to show up in the chat and let us know how you're doing. So you got to stand by that. So that's what I told him. So happy that he's here in the chat, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Hell yeah. Tomac for 10. Welp, now I have another stacking meme for the J questions. Tobias Nexus for 10 says, I didn't get to harass Ryan. Here's a 10 instead of a 5 to get started. Still, glad to see you get some fest recognition, my guy. I'd say Jay and Beardo did well for an impromptu daily.
It did good. It did good.
The Lost Tales, member for 11 months. Watch you guys all the time before the AJ show, mostly on audio, the Alex Jones show. But I haven't been active in chats. Almost a year support. Hail, let's go. Thank you, Lost Tales. Yeah, it's been a while.
Lost Tales, good peeps, good peeps. I give him a lot of help, but good peeps.
Beardo's reading comprehension for $1.99. Y'all hear Beardo's butt's been wiped? Have now.
Have now.
Former Governor Chris Christie for $1.99. Jeremy pulled a Donald Duck on Titanfall 2 because I'd whip him. We're going to stop calling you Donald Trump. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
God damn, dude. Did you hear Vivek last night say he just walked off the
have
stage
a nice
to go
meal.
get a meal, and then he got mad about it reportedly because he went up to the moderators at the first commercial break after and was having a word with them. Like he basically had a Karen moment, and like he was going up to the moderators. There's no reports that it was confirmed that that's what he was complaining about.
Like, to be fair, I think that was right after like he had like got after Vivek for interrupting him a shit ton. So I think probably to be fair, that's probably what it was. Not necessarily that.
Yeah. Dude,
that's my guess.
Chris Christie was there to only troll and try to get social media moments. That's all he was trying to do last night. And it was so funny. It was so funny. Fat piece of lard's all he is. Can't stand that guy.
Yeah, Elon tweeted again about Disney.
What?
Just piling on with this like New Mexico lawsuit, which, God, how many lawsuits are there against Disney at this point in time? But let's get into this. New Mexico has sued Meta and Mark Zuckerberg for allegedly enabling child sex abuse material to be distributed. Hey, Bob Iger and advertisers, will you be suspending advertising on Facebook and Instagram like you did on X? Disney's currently running 300 ads for Disneyland and Disney World on Meta, with some examples attached right here. There you go. Disneyland, Disney World. Crazy that Disney has to be sued to stop this terrible behavior.
Yeah. Again, when you take these stances, this is what you open yourself up to, the hypocrisy of it. And this is why, like, I do think it's important. I made this point on Tuesday Night's Main Event because I know a lot of people have been saying that the GTA 6 trailer is woke and all of that. I didn't see it. Is Rockstar going woke? Maybe. I don't play enough Rockstar games or pay attention to them enough. I think there was some reports out there that had people concerned several months ago. I think we covered some of that, but ultimately watching the trailer, I thought it looked pretty
There's
good.
nothing in there to make you think that.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, I thought video games are supposed to be escapism. This looks like modern day America. Grand Theft Auto games are literally a parody of America.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they are. It's like this hyperbolized shit. Like, that's what it is. So some people are, tourists in this.
So with Rockstar, I talked about this on Main Event where I said, like, Twitter and the CEO of Twitter, Linda Iaccarino, is that her name? ALX tweeted that showed the impressions for the Rockstar tweet versus the views that it had on YouTube at the time, and it had far more impressions on Twitter. So Linda Iaccarino tweeted to Rockstar and said, hey, bring GTA trailer directly to X. We would love to have you. And so they responded to that. And they basically tweeted out like, hello.
They said, hi, X.
Yeah.
Watch it.
And so, again, it's not a big deal really, but when you are at the most viral moment in your company's history and you got all these other woke companies out there staying away from Twitter because of the alt-right, and Rockstar does that, I thought that was a decent move. And I know it's not advertising on Twitter at that point. I don't know if they're advertising or not, but I did like the gesture that they made. So, and with Disney actively pulling out of Twitter advertising to try to virtue signal, only to get absolutely annihilated by showing their hypocrisy, it's beautiful.
East Coast Toasty Boy for 5. Elon should change Twitter's name to X, from X to W, because this is a fat ass dub. Elon got that fat dub energy. Disney is the only D that's tiny. I mean, to be fair, the reason that Elon's going this hard, I think, is because if these advertisers don't come back to Twitter, it's probably going to destroy the company.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. With that many impressions, they're selling advertise. That's how they're going to make money on Twitter. And if they don't, it's gonna.
Well, have you heard my theory?
That he's trying to pressure conservatives to, like, fund the shit. Yeah, and that's fine. But when you look at the power of like alt tech conservatives, like stuff like this, media companies, compare it to like the Fortune 500 companies and stuff like that. Like, it's not really comparable.
Yeah.
So
we shall see what happens.
Succulent Juice for 5. Love what you guys do. You make long days on the road a lot shorter. I rarely catch you live. Today I did, so finally I can drop something. Hail. Thank you, Succulent Juice.
Thank you.
Tobias Nexus for 5. Remember, Walt saw what that stuff did to other countries. He was a driver in World War I. He didn't want that to come to America. SBZ for 2. Disney Daily Wire Snow White should cast Ryan as Grumpy. I'm available. Gary's Beard Crabs for 2. This old sourpuss here is Ryan, the woman hater. Thank you. Chris Bolts for 5. That Walt Disney clip on the history of the dwarves' names has more character development than anything from modern Disney. How far Disney has fallen.
That is true.
Beardo's reading comprehension for 199. Office Christmas party today. Time Fort Catfish. Thanks. Elon, go fuck yourself. Musk for 2. Oh, hi, Bob. Tara for 5. Sebastian Stan is playing a young Trump in the movie The Apprentice. Have y'all seen the first pics? I did see some of those out there. I mean, it looked pretty good, I think.
I think it's going to be a very negative movie.
It's probably going to be not very positive towards Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be my guess.
The thing that drives me crazy about this is you cannot find The Apprentice anywhere. You can't buy it. You can't stream it. You can't get it anywhere. It was the #1 show on TV for years. Tens of millions of people watched it. It went for 15 years. You can't find it anywhere. Do you know why you can't find it? Because it paints Donald Trump in a positive light, because you actually see the smart, intelligent businessman with charisma that everyone worshiped and loved, and you can't find anywhere. You might can find season 1 on like eBay or something, but you cannot buy it anywhere. You can't stream it anywhere. And it makes no sense to me that they have completely just eliminated that from existence. Yet now they're going to come out with a movie based on it.
I think it's on Tubi, actually.
It's not. I've checked. It's not there. I even signed up for Tubi to confirm it. It's no longer there. I know the results you're getting. I've looked everywhere for it. It's nowhere. It's insane.
Yeah, I guess that got written a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
MGM.
It's crazy. And it was such a good show because I used to watch The Apprentice. I loved watching it. And then it moved into The Celebrity Apprentice. It was a great show. It was an excellent show. Great production. Watching Trump get in the boardroom and really break down the tasks from the different teams and figure out who to fire. It's TV gold. And again, with this guy being as popular as he is right now and has been for the last decade, why wouldn't you put that on one of your platforms? Why? And we know the answer why, but yet they're making a movie based on the show, based on the man, but they don't want anyone to see the source material. Bullshit.
All right. Fuck am I? Over on Rumble, we got Vault 95 Survivor. Disney has all these lawsuits to deal with. All but one of their movies has lost them hundreds of millions of dollars. Also, Disney still has to pay the rest of the Fox purchase money next year. Yeah, and the Comcast. But I think that the first round of payment for that, I think, cleared for the Hulu thing. So, yeah. Booty for $1. Can you please teach Jay how to set up a Rumble stream? Yes.
Somebody said, tell Jeremy I found The Apprentice on Internet Archives. Is it like something I can watch? Like, is it all 15 seasons? Because I would love to be able, if I could just find it somewhere to rewatch it at this point, I would love to be able to do that. Because it's just frustrating that it's nowhere for purchase or anything.
It's on Internet Archive, huh? It's interesting. Jay's Secret Racism for 5. Jeremy, I'm willing to be the idiot to say this. If Disney keeps going down this path, Chapter 11 or 7 is on the way. Well, I mean, yeah, if they continue to lose money hand over fist, eventually something will break. But I think we got a little while before that, probably. Chris B for 5. I was pessimistic about GTA 6 till Jeremy described it as looking like Florida Man the Game. Now I'm a little more hopeful with that perspective. Thanks.
It certainly is Florida Man the Game.
Yeah, 100%. Will it be any good? Who knows? Will it be woke? I guess we'll see. But there is nothing about the trailer that should have triggered people one way or the other. Whether you got some of these like absolute like retard level right wingers wanting to ban it. Which I talked about that. Remember I talked about it was like 12 years ago, 15 years ago, it would have been right wingers. And there's like a couple handful of like conservatives that have like these super boomer takes about Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
Should we really be selling things like this? Go fuck yourself, you fucking loser.
Do you know, so I tweeted out about that Jackson Hinkle guy and I called him a right wing SJW. People are like, he's not right wing.
He's not. No.
What not? He is a right winger. What non-right winger celebrates being on Tucker Carlson and calls himself a MAGA supporter? He's a communist. He's a grifter, but he's also a guy who grifts off of the right. He's right wing.
Exactly. He's a communist. He is basically like super anti-Israel. That's like his
100%. Right.
But
he does grift off. He does grift off the right, though. He 100% does.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not a conservative or something.
So he's well, again, though, that's what the right wing SJW though. It's like this guy that takes these topics, takes these movements, and then takes these extreme positions, but is hypocritical as hell. And like Jackson Hinkle is probably one of the worst accounts on Twitter, along with Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah.
Those are two of the worst accounts. And the fact that Alex Jones is not on Twitter right now. Did you see my tweet about that one?
Probably not.
This is going to be interesting, and I don't want to take this too political or anything, but like, so Tucker Carlson tweeted out that he's going to have Alex Jones on. All right, and so that's going to be huge. So I said,
X.
yeah. So I said, I can't wait to see if Elon Musk retweets this one. Guessing no, free Alex Jones. So I'm waiting to see, because you know how he always retweets Tucker. Oh, interesting. Oh, because that's Patrick Bet-David said it best. He's like, Tucker Carlson basically has chosen an Elon Musk retweet over all this other money, because Elon always retweets him. Is he going to retweet the Alex Jones interview? I doubt it.
Probably not. Tobias for 5. Is it really just positive to look at Trump, or is it stuck in some weird copyright hell who actually owns the rights for The Apprentice?
I mean, again, and that's the question is like, why is it not available? Can we name any consistent #1 television show that isn't available on any streaming platform for the last several years? Like, I can't.
Does Trump have any control over it?
I have no idea.
There's actually like some questions to be asked.
I wouldn't think so, because they brought Arnold out. NBC brought Arnold out with The Apprentice, and it failed. They brought it back. So they brought the whole thing back, and it failed after one season. And Arnold left it because, he couldn't step in Trump's shoes.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of deal in terms of like that Trump had worked out, like for the ones with him being involved, that he had some say over distribution and everything. Like, it just wouldn't shock me. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. It's a valid question for sure. You would think that if Trump had any say so in it,
he would want it out there somewhere.
Of course he would, because it's Trump. So I can't imagine that it's not available because of him, because if anything, he would want it everywhere because it's his face and his likeness, and he wants to be everywhere.
Lord Botha gifts a Geeks and Gamers membership. Thank you. Adam Juneman for $2. Trump would get royalties off the show. Dragon Dan for 5. So do we know if Steph's favorite video takes place in Florida? Maybe we can get in GTA 6. Oh, the chick hitting the car. Cliff for 5. Elon should tell Disney to take their ads to Truth Social. It'd be like giving Disney 2 black eyes while preparing to line up a la Airplane style. I mean, he could suggest it, I guess. Speaking of Disney, we got to talk about the only movie that's going to release for Marvel in 2024, which is Deadpool. With everything else being delayed or rewritten or reshot entirely, like in the case of Captain America 4, the only movie for the MCU that's going to release next year is actually Deadpool, which is kind of crazy to think about considering how much content, how much garbage they've put out recently. And I do think there's going to be a lot of attention on this movie because of Ryan Reynolds, because of the return of Hugh Jackman, and because of all the damn cameos that are going to be in this thing. I think it's going to get a lot of attention regardless of whether it's good or not. However, Ryan Reynolds has had enough of something that's going on in the production of this movie. It seems like every day, every week, we get some big new rumor or big new leak straight from the set because they're filming it outside. And you got these people that are scoopers that are going there. Who knows how much you're getting paid to release this footage. But Ryan Reynolds is calling out the Deadpool set leaks. Ryan Reynolds calls out Deadpool 3 set photo leaks and asks websites to hold back showing images before they're ready. And I thought this is an interesting response from him and kind of made me think about how we feel about leaks and everything in this current day and age. Surprises are part of the magic of theatrical movies. It's important for us to shoot the new Deadpool film in real, natural environments using practical effects as opposed to making movies indoors and digitally. Telephoto lenses continue to spoil surprises and create a difficult situation for everyone. Here's hoping some of the websites and social channels hold back showing images before they're ready. The film's built for audience joy, and our highest hope is to preserve as much of that magic as possible for the finished film and the big screen. Part of the reason people post spoilers is because they're excited. I realize these aren't real-world issues, and it's firmly in the good problems bucket. I love making this movie. What do you think of that? About that call from Ryan Reynolds to maybe stop leaking everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is why people are they appreciate Ryan Reynolds so much with this character, because he loves this character. He's passionate about it. He truly cares. I mean, this goes back to so he was this awful version of Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Atrocious, awful. And everyone felt for him because they knew that wasn't what he wanted. And then obviously fast forward to when you get the real version of Deadpool and everybody loved it. And so I do think that people love his the authenticity that comes with him and this character. So this is what we need more of. People that actually appreciate the character and appreciate the audience experiences with it. And so hopefully now they can get this under control, because Deadpool has a massive fan base. People loved the first 2 films. I think the more people love the first film than the second film, for sure. But overall, people really love it, and they've been waiting for this moment with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to come together in this movie. And you don't want the experience ruined. And I think it just shows he's a good dude. He's a solid dude, and this is why people respect him.
I think it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, this whole leak thing, because on one hand, obviously, you don't want to spoil it for everybody. But on the other hand, I think the people that actually pay attention to this are only the super hardcore people. I don't think the normal person just comes across random leaks or whatever, like the general audience member. And I'll also say, if we hadn't got that first initial leak that showed Wolverine in the yellow and blue suit, I think this actually increased a lot of hype for people. So it kind of depends on what the leak is. If you're spoiling a major character's death or something, then maybe you don't want that out there. But we knew Hugh Jackman was coming back, but then we see him in the classic Wolverine, yellow and blue suit. And people are like, okay, I am more hyped for this than I was before I knew this.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Spider-Man No Way Home leaks. I think they strategically did that. I think they intentionally leaked out some stuff for Spider-Man No Way Home to get people excited. And now Ryan Reynolds this morning has decided to take it even further, because that was his post from yesterday. And also, to be fair, Ryan Reynolds leaked, that's how the movie got made, was he leaked that Deadpool trailer. So, to say that, oh, we don't like leaks, that's how it got started. He kind of acknowledges it here. Deadpool began with a leak, so I'm joining in. But please, don't overuse the phrase Deadpool leaks, because it might screw up search results if anyone's looking for Deadpool leaks or Deadpool spoilers or perhaps Deadpool scoops, and he hashtags all those things. You've got, look, I mean, you've got a lot of different appearances here. You've got, got Mickey. You've got a big bag of money now. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I can't even see this one here. You've got, Wally lower the cue cards. You've got Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel on set. Now people are just photoshopping fake Deadpool leaks, which I do think is funny and a clever way to fuck with people. That would actually be funny to see. But yeah, I don't know. I am totally fine with him asking that. It's not like he's fucking slamming fans or anything, because he knows people are excited to see stuff. But at the same time, he does want to preserve it and give people the best experience. And I like the fact that they want to shoot it outside and not in a fucking green screen.
Yes. Well, you're right about it being a double-edged sword. There's no doubt about that. Ultimately, to me, it just comes back to simply whether his points are valid or not valid. His passion is the most important thing to take away from, and in the authenticity behind his care for this franchise and this character and the fan experience. But ultimately, you're right. A lot of the hype for this movie and this whole entire Deadpool universe has been based off of leaks. So fair points for sure. And yeah, it is the hardcore fans for sure. For me, I remember when The Dark Knight Rises was coming out, and I saw everything. And I didn't want to, but I was so obsessed with learning more about the movie. So we had all the set photos or the set videos of Bane out on the football field. They had the leaked audio of Bane talking. I pretty much knew everything about The Dark Knight Rises, but that was because I was such a mega fan of The Dark Knight. So I was obsessed with the next film. 95% of people probably never saw any of the stuff that I saw. You know what I mean? Because I was actually looking for it. So to Ryan's point.
Yep. All right, let's find this shit again.
I saw someone commented, and I don't know if this is true or not. Apprentice can't be shown because of election rules. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how. I don't see how that could play into it. I could be wrong, but I don't.
I mean, apparently it was on Tubi in 2019, so
yeah,
maybe because it's an active election cycle. I don't know. Vault 95 Survivor for $1. There's not a chance GTA 6 will use gamer words like San Andreas PS2 did. Well, I mean, I don't know what. I don't know if GTA 5 used any gamer words. I mean, obviously they use the N-word a shit ton in it. Like when you're playing as Franklin, but I don't know if they dropped the F slur in it.
Didn't they edit out a trans joke from GTA 5?
I don't know.
I think they did.
There was I think there was one edit for like a GTA, I don't think it was GTA 5. I think there was like a Vice City remake or remaster that they might have edited something on. I remember making a video about that a long time ago, but I don't know. Potentially. Taker for $5. Say this about DC. Disney would be better off playing the lottery than making movies at this point. Maybe. Cole Hauser for $2. Jeremy, did you get your hiss? 199. Yo Joe, praise
Yes,
Allah.
Absolutely. Pre-ordered or back to campaign.
Patrick Kelly for 199. Box office projection for Kang Dynasty. Isn't it a little bit early, like 3 years early?
Yeah, it's a little early to be predicting that one.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit early, to be honest with you. But I mean, you never know.
Yeah, how many years away from it? Is that even happening? That's the question.
I mean, they hired a new like writer and director for it or whatever, supposedly. I don't know if it's going to stay Kang Dynasty. Did you hear some of the shit that came out of Jonathan Majors' trial?
I didn't. Was he going for Subway at 3 a.m. in Chicago at any point? Anything happened with that?
So I don't think you can find it. Because I don't think it's being like televised or anything, which sucks. But the person that he's accused of assaulting took the stand. Where the fuck is this cocksucker?
Having trouble finding it.
Yeah, because I had an article that I wanted. But.
Shout out to, we have 300 people over on Rumble and nearly 3,000 here on YouTube. Shout out to all of you. Thank you guys for tuning in. While Ryan is looking for that, I will take this opportunity to one more time plug the 199 backpack over on 221B. We are well over 50% from our goal of 199, heading to the 199. So can we sell that? And then we give away 10 for free. Time will tell, but go over to 221B. The link is in the pinned post right there. And that is a special edition Geeks and Gamers 199 backpack, and be available for another week to 10 days for pre-order, and then we'll be shipping them out. If you've purchased anything from 221B in the past, you know it's very good, high quality material. This is a tactical backpack, really well built, and it's going to fit all of your needs. We did test it out. Many people asked. You can fit a PS5 in the backpack comfortably. So make sure you go over there and check that out. All right, Ryan, what you got?
So this is from Jonathan Majors' trial, which despite all the reports of the charges being dropped, and it's not happening, or she's all this bullshit, right? At the end of the day, Jonathan Majors did go to trial. He's currently at trial. And Jonathan Majors' ex took the stand and testifies of Disney star's alleged abuse, demanded that she behave like Michelle Obama. And there's a lot of stuff in here, including her version of what went down. We'll read through a little bit of it. During hours of tearful testimony, Grace Jabari, just to be clear, nothing's been proven, right? We've seen fucking Amber Heard. We've seen all this shit before, so who knows? But this is just what's going down. Grace Jabari traced the downfall of her relationship with Majors, who she described as kind and loving partner, increasingly unable to control his violent temper. She said he hurled household objects at walls and often threatened to take his own life, at times referring to himself as a monster. I felt like I was walking on eggshells. I had to be perfect. The troubled romance came to a head the evening of March 25th as the couple were riding back to Manhattan from a dinner already marred by a heated argument over Major's recent outbursts. During the drive, Jabari was leaning on his shoulder when he received a romantic text message sent by a woman named Cleopatra. After she snatched the phone out of his hands, she said Majors twisted her arm back in a position and left her in excruciating pain. Next, I felt a hard blow across my head. He's very strong. I couldn't move. It feels very loud when you're hit in the head and just shock him. Majors eventually pried the phone from her hands and took off through the streets of Lower Manhattan as Jabari chased him, according to a video compilation. He was King the Conqueror. The fate of those films and others starring Majors remain uncertain. An attorney for Majors has maintained that she was the instigator and suggests that race may have factored into his arrest and prosecution. But this is the fucking interesting part. This is when their, relationship started to fall apart. In summer of 2022, while struggling with the grueling diet and exercise regimen for his role as a bodybuilder in the film Magazine Dreams, which has been canceled by Disney, by the way, Majors became full of rage and aggression without explanation. Maybe he's on roids. He lashed out at her, she recalled, throwing objects during one argument that left dents in the walls and sent her ducking for cover of their West Hollywood home. A few months later, while filming in England, Majors, this is the funny part, Majors allegedly blew up on Jabari again after she came home from a bar tipsy with a friend. In a recording played for the court. So this is a recording. Majors can be heard berating his girlfriend for not living up to the standards set by other spouses of famous men like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. Quotes, "I am a great man, Majors declared. There needs to be a great woman who makes sacrifices."
Holy shit.
I cannot wait till we hear that fucking audio. I looked for it yesterday. I couldn't find it. I want to hear that audio so fucking badly.
Please.
Of Jonathan Majors, this pompous fuck who overacts in everything that we've seen him in so far. I really want to hear him talking about what a great man he is. Oh my God, I can't wait for that shit.
Michelle Obama. Big Mike. Oh my God, dude. That is fantastic. So do you think the audio will do do you think it'll leak out?
It will at some point. It has to.
This is fantastic if
Jonathan
this happens.
Majors audio.
Please.
Let me look again because I haven't looked today at all. It's just mostly people reacting to it. That's all I can really find so far. But I'm a great man. Like I could just see him, like the way he acts in Loki, fucking saying this shit. It's so fucking gay.
And the fact he's bringing Big Mike into it is fantastic, dude. We need this audio right now.
A great man needs a great woman behind him. I'm sure you want Michelle Obama behind you, Jonathan Majors. She gonna murder you, just like Will Smith.
Murdering him. Killing him, man. Just killing him. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. This is fantastic. So no audio as of now, but trust me, if we get the audio, we will certainly be talking about it here. Don't worry about that. There ain't no doubt about that. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. with their baby leg.
Yeah. Brando the Jedi gives some membership. Thank you, Brando. Experiment 626, member for 6 months. LOL. The cast members of Charmed will be at MegaCon. All are Saturday and Sunday appearances except Milano, who's Friday only. Cool. Toxic Masculinity, member for 2 months. I only saw one episode. I just saw season 1 of The Apprentice on Amazon. Only season 1. Jay likes pirates and VPNs are a thing. Fuck Disney. Hail the 199.
You mean for purchase or for streaming? You can find season 1 DVD on like eBay and probably Amazon, but in terms of streaming, I have not found it anywhere. You know what? I will say this: it is on what is that video streaming platform that's like old school, like it's an alternative to YouTube. It's been around forever.
Vimeo.
Is it Vimeo? There's another one I think too.
BitChute?
No, not BitChute. Maybe it is Vimeo. But there's another. The whole season of Apprentice is on that one. It's like a streaming. It's like a YouTube or Daily Motion. Yes, Daily Motion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on Daily Motion. Yeah. So you can watch the whole first season over there if you want. If you've never seen it, I would highly recommend it. It's truly, it's really good in terms of the production and the overall, the whole storytelling and how they put people together. It's really good. I enjoyed the hell out of watching The Apprentice. Just much like I like watching Shark Tank. This is what made me start thinking about Apprentice. I went down a rabbit hole of watching Shark Tank clips on YouTube. And I'm like, man, I loved Shark Tank back in the day. It's a great show. You know what I mean? And then I was like, I'd like to see The Apprentice. Let me see if I could find The Apprentice really quick. And I looked and I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then I start digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm like, why can't I find this show anywhere? And, that's where we are now.
Okay. Eddie Brock for 249. Ryan, do Michelle Obama speech as Victor Timely? No. I am a great man. A great man. I need a great woman like Michelle Obama standing behind me. That's fucking probably what Jonathan Majors sounded like. Tupac's baby leg for 2. You rang. Ted Skowronek the second for 5. Fred Thompson campaign and reruns. Fred Thompson campaign and reruns. There are articles if you search this on FCC rules. You hear that, Jeremy?
No, I'm responding to a request to be on a stream and letting them know that I can't make it. Sorry, go ahead.
Ted Skowronek says 5. Fred Thompson campaign and reruns. There are articles if you search for this on FCC rules. So probably when Fred Thompson was having his campaign for president.
I don't think that's like, so why wasn't it available for the last several years though? Like after 2020, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like he was actively running. I just don't see that being a thing. It's almost like with the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, could he not? Why couldn't we could all watch his movies? They were all widely available when he was governor, you know. So I don't know. I don't see how that could be a thing.
Let's see. I'm kind of doing a little search for it, but I don't really see anything. I don't
NBC, know. A lot of people are saying NBC has the rights. I know, like Rogue Tractor said, many other people have said it. So I don't know.
Anyway, we are all caught up.
We're all caught up. Yeah, it's like I could still watch like wrestling with Jesse the Body Ventura, when he was in politics. Of course, I guess like the streaming and all that was a different thing, but I don't know. Complicated business, I guess. But time will tell if we can. I'll hopefully Internet Archives. I've never really used Internet Archives. I'm sure Ryan can show me how we could. I would love to watch The Apprentice all 15 seasons if I could. So, Eric Cases, I sent you a link to all the seasons online. All right, there we go. Thank you. So, shout out to the chat as always. I appreciate you guys. What do we got going on tonight? All I can say is I can't give specifics. All I can say, because normally we try to do our member stream on Thursdays. I can't give specifics. That won't be happening because the G&G crew is actually doing some game testing on an upcoming video game. And that's all I can say. And we're going to be spending several hours tonight during doing a private session with testing out this game. And that's all I can say. Is it something we're going to be involved in moving forward? Potentially. Nothing has been agreed upon, but there has been discussions about us being involved in the development of this. And so we are doing an offline session to test out some of the mechanics of the game. And then maybe we'll have more information on that. So that's all I can tell you at this point in time. And I am excited to see what comes of that. And this is something that I've been in discussion with the people involved in it for over a year now. And so we'll see what comes of that. We also still have the follow-up to Fact Blast. That video game is being developed. Cancel Catastrophe, and that is looking very good. I know they're in the final level of that. So, yeah, I know people say Geeks and Gamers doesn't create anything. They only complain. Well, that's just not the case. It takes time to create something, and we've been working on stuff for over a couple of years now, and we're going to continue to move forward with that. But we're also going to bitch about Hollywood because fuck them. They don't deserve our respect. They deserve to be criticized like hell, and that's what we're going to do. What do you got going on, Ryan?
Nothing. Making videos on my channel in Sports Wars. I got a haircut. My hair looks fucking on point today. I'm just saying, Jim. I know you don't like when I talk about my hair. It starts arguments, but
just don't. Yeah, it's all falling apart, man.
I know.
We have one argument. It's all over now. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Again, go over to 221B. Consider checking out the backpack. And by the way, just to be clear, I was advised to price the backpack higher, and I chose to price it lower because I wasn't worried about the profit margin. Like, obviously, we want to make some profit, and we will make some profit, but I priced it significantly lower than what it was recommended, just because I wanted as many people to have the opportunity to get it. So I know it is still pricey. I totally understand that. The fact that we've had over 100 people purchase that backpack is phenomenal. If we can hit that 199, that will be great. But either way, it's already a success. So thank you all so very much. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.